Should you keep quiet until everything you plan is done, or do you have to announce, declare, let everyone know what you are doing? Let's deep dive into this. Welcome to my deep dive show, which I do every Tuesday on this channel Coronian, which is for you to become a public figure. I teach anyone from zero, from nothing, nada, to acquire skills to become a public figure, influencer, who changed lives and influences on national and even global level. And we are discussing today, do you benefit from sharing goals, or shall you keep silent? Because usually people are saying what? They usually say, keep quiet until it's done. So keep quiet until it's done, or should you announce it? So there is something to consider. You know, you are losing something when you announce it, or you are losing something when you are not announcing it. Let's see the pros and cons. On these shows, we usually deep dive into what stops us from achieving our goals. So let us talk about this today. So what do you think? Can you write in comments? I would love to know what are your ideas just before you watch this stream. Either you are watching it live right now or you are watching it in recording. I want to know what do you think actually about this. Some time ago, I was sharing my goals openly, always. And sometimes I managed to do them, to achieve them. Sometimes I didn't manage to achieve them. And one day I was fascinated with the idea that I need to keep it until it's done. Hold to it and not share with anyone until it's done. And actually, it does accumulate a lot. Does accumulate a lot of energy inside of you, so you can root this energy into whatever you are doing. This is from one perspective. And I was living according to this philosophy for the last maybe 3 years, something like this. And then just recently, I have discovered that maybe it was not the best philosophy. So from going sharing everywhere anything that I wanted to do and sometimes not being able to do so, to keeping quiet and doing it in my room, you know, achieving, actually having achievements, achieving goals, and then keeping them to myself. Let's see both of this. I've been there. I've been in both situations. I wonder, where are you? Which situation are you in, and what is your philosophy right now? And I hope that we will see pros and cons by the end of the stream, so you can decide. So should you share your goals? We will talk about that. Let me take my pen as usual. So sharing versus not sharing. What's false? What's true? Let's pick the color. Let's stay creative. So false or true? Right now, what do you think in the chat? And we're going to go straight away into discussion. So the question is, oh, I have revealed something that I shouldn't reveal to you. It's too early. Okay, like that. So why do usually people prefer not to share? In reality, really, not for the reason that, you know, first you have to do and then you start talking about this. So talk the talk and walk the walk, as they say. A part of this, what's really making you to prefer not to share? Really, according to my research, what really can stop you from sharing is this: fear, lack of belief, lack of preparation. So I want us to talk first about this. There are pros and cons, and we're starting with the cons. Fear is the first one. So the fear. The fear that stops us. Not sharing goals often masks as fear. Fear of judgment, failure, and not being taken seriously. So this is the minimum. You might have more fears hidden. You might have a negative experience. There are a lot of things that could be happening, but let us focus on this fear of judgment, fear of failure, and not being taken seriously. So what is fear of judgment? When does it come? When you share what you want to achieve, and then people will judge you because who you are, like who do you think you are? Has it happened to you? You are. So people, they think you have to be like greater than you are to achieve something. You have to be better than you are. You are not at the level to start announcing these things because they can see that you are just regular person like they are, so they want to drag you to their level when you start sharing something, right? So that's why many of us had this experience. When you are sharing something with your relatives, with your friends, something that is important to you, that you want to achieve, you want to pursue, and they are saying, like, you want to pursue, for example, like wellness, you want to become rich, become a millionaire. People are saying like, oh, come on, you can't even save a dime, you cannot do this, you cannot do this. So they judge you based on what they know about you. Goals is not remaining where you are. Goals is going somewhere else, becoming something else. And that's why we often are stopped by this judgment, because we start believing in what they are saying, that yeah, of course like I'm not the best like entrepreneur, so I won't start the business, for example. Then we might have failed. So maybe we had failure in the past when we have announced that we will do something. I remember my grandfather, he was sharing with me this story that was meant to teach me not to promise something that I believe, like something that I cannot do. So his story was the following. He wasn't drawing very well, but his brother was an artist, and he was drawing portraits. So there was some kind of competition at the school, and everyone was sharing roles, what they will do. And my grandfather, he said, I will bring this, like, drawing, this kind of drawing. And he knew that he wasn't going to draw. He knew he will ask his brother to draw. So he came home, and brother said no. So next time when he came to school, he had to say that he wasn't able to do this. So everyone looked at him as someone who is not to be taken seriously. So he had a failure. This failure is not connecting with achieving actually goals on your own. It's connected with promises that we are not able to keep. So sometimes this failure we connect later to something that is not relatable to actually sharing our goals. That was not even his goal. It was not even something that he could achieve himself. So he promised something that he would rely on. Someone is doing here the repairs right now, which is like too late for this time. But anyways, I hope you are not distracted. So what the fear can come even from things that are not related, from you sharing goals and failing in those things. You know that if you will analyze your experience, most probably you will find that you promised to do something And actually, because it depended on you, you knew how to do it, you did it. But there was a situation when you promised, but you didn't know how to do, and then you failed because you miscalculated what needed to be done for this. Yeah. So the failure that comes from miscalculation doesn't teach us usually to start calculating. Yeah. It teaches us not to start again, not to share the idea again. Keep quiet, stay silent. So silence feels like safety, and in reality, it's rooted in fear. So it's rooted in insecurity, not insecurity, but insecurity and lack of belief in your own ability. As I said, the example of my grandmother was not about his ability, but his belief after that was that you don't promise anyone anything, you don't announce what you will do it first and then talk. And as you can understand, this is a false belief. But we are moving to the next issue that we just mentioned, is belief in one's own ability. Weak self-trust, weak self-belief. This is what we're talking about. So for you to announce the goals, you need to believe in yourself. If you don't truly think that you can achieve it, you are never going to say it. You shouldn't say it if you don't believe you can achieve it. But there is a problem. The announcements have its pros, which you are missing. You are missing out on some things because you don't have self-trust. We are taught to trust in God, trust in government, trust in people who are reliable. We trust in salary. We trust in our job. Trust in our boss, trust our husband, trust this and that. Do we trust ourselves? Do we trust ourselves? Do we? So if you don't trust yourself, most probably you are never going to announce any goal. You're not going to say you want to become a millionaire, you want to make a 1 million subscriber YouTube channel, you want to build a school in Africa, you want to create a university, let's say, anything challenging, you are not going to announce it. You will never say this because you don't trust in yourself. And what if tomorrow I will not like this goal anymore? And what if tomorrow I'll change my mind? And what if I will get obstacles? What if I will be the small person? Here will be the obstacle, and here will be the goal. I will never achieve it because this obstacle is too difficult to overcome. So we don't trust in our ability to overcome this obstacle. We don't trust that we can find another way, because we had a lot of failures in the past, because people say that you can't. People say you can't. Our past proves us we can't. Everyone says that we shouldn't. Because what? Because someone did it and it didn't work. So we don't announce. And another reason we also don't trust ourselves is because we tried we tried to announce. We believed that we would do it, but we have betrayed ourselves. We didn't stay with the task till the end, and we didn't achieve, not because we couldn't, but because we did not put enough efforts. So we have destroyed self-trust. We don't trust ourselves because we haven't proven to ourselves that we will stick with the task. We will talk, I think we will talk about how to overcome these things, but for now, let us continue with the things that are stopping, because we said what stops us from announcing the goals? What is the reason we believe we shouldn't? And I want to show you things that are not always logical, but sometimes they are hidden. You have never thought about this. That have you thought that self-trust, lack of self-trust could be the reason you are not sharing the goals, what you want to do, not sharing your mission, you are not sharing what do you want to do in life. So perfectionism, one of the reasons you might not be sharing. And you could say, like, what? Why perfectionism? Let's dive into it. So perfectionism is one of the reasons you might not be sharing. So you need to have the results to guaranteed. If you are moving towards goal, it's never guaranteed. You will never be guaranteed that you will achieve this goal. Let's say you want to retire in a specific age. You want to retire 60 years old. Someone wants to retire 45. You want to retire and you have to put the money on your retirement account in a specific amount, and you believe you can do it if you will do it monthly. You have a good job, it allows you to do monthly for years, but you know what, this result is not guaranteed. Tomorrow you might be broken your leg and your retirement account is not going to be filled for 5 years for no job. So you see, it's not guaranteed. And even if you will stick with the task, maybe what will happen, maybe you will get upset about something in your life, something will touch you very much, and you will have like no desire, you will have apathy. For example, you don't want to do anything in your life. Can it happen? You can have something like this. So it's not guaranteed. Result is never guaranteed. So you are logically correct that you do not want to share your goals because the result is not guaranteed, and you wait for result to be guaranteed to announce the goals, right? But there is something else that is hiding. There is pride that is hiding sometimes. So sometimes you are correct, sometimes result cannot guarantee it, and yes, no one can be 100% sure he will achieve goals, so you are trying not to announce. But when we're talking about pride, it's like you are saying, I'm not like those fools who declare that they don't have. So I'm not like those fools that are saying before they have done. I'm not like those who are not disciplined with their words and they are saying something that they haven't achieved yet. So this pride sometimes stops us from saying what do we want to achieve. But saying what we want to achieve is very important. This is where we are going with you. We are going to discover this. But let us stay with the schedule. How did we plan this stream? We planned that we first talk about what stops us from sharing. What do you think so far? Is it something that you have noticed in your life? Can you remember that you didn't share your goals because you had failures, or because you was thinking that the best way to work is to work in silence, work quietly without sharing with anyone? What is your experience? I wonder. Write it in comment. It will be a great support to me. So another reason you might not be sharing is lack of preparation. So you haven't researched enough, so the path feels blurry. You haven't researched enough. It also impacts self-trust, self-belief. Let's say belief this time. self-trust, self-belief, because you didn't have a research. You didn't research enough. So what does it mean? If you haven't researched enough your goal, you don't see the path. So you don't know what's on the way. Let's say here you are. Here is your goal. And there are there is forest, jungle, things like that. And the road is, you cannot see this goal. You just know that it's somewhere through this forest. You don't know exactly where it is. So you will never have enough self-belief if you haven't researched, if you didn't hear about other people going this road, if you didn't research how to survive in this place, if you haven't researched these things, then most probably you are not going to be ready, and you know it subconsciously. So as a result of this, you are not, your path is blurry. You cannot see how to get there. So it's lack of preparation. But there is a consequence. Here are the consequences of you not willing to share your goals, not willing to announce. So when we have got to the reason why you should consider differently, why you should consider another perspective, not perspective that you had before, but another perspective. So when people, number one, when people keep their goals secret out of fear, they isolate themselves. Do you know that for bigger goals, which are worth pursuing, you need help of other people? So when you isolate yourself, you are not able to get the help you need. So you will get no help because you isolate yourself. That's number one, the consequence. Number two, people who do not announce their goals, never share their goals, they lose potential feedback, a part of support. So they will not have collaboration. People are not going to become team with them to achieve these goals. So it doesn't mean that they will work together with you for your goal, but collaboration, like exchange of information, giving you feedback what doesn't work well, it's very important on the way to your goal. So if you don't share your goal with anyone, no one is going to turn and say, Kate, you are not doing this right. This is how you have to do it. I heard you want to achieve this goal, so this is how you have to do it. And number three, people who do not share their goals, they stay in their own head instead of entering the world of action and connection. And that's the most important. The world of action. You are not entering the world of action. So there is a bridge between the idea world and the world of action, where you dedicate yourself and commit yourself to achievement of the goal. And this bridge is announcement. This bridge is actually letting other people know what you are doing, because if you don't let other people know what you are doing, you will not get there. It's like going, let me show you this forest. It's like going into the forest without telling anyone. Do you know how many people got lost in the Great Canyon in US because they didn't tell anyone that they went there? They've been lost in different trips because they didn't tell anyone what they were doing. So you definitely, when you follow the great goal, when you want to achieve big targets, you need to tell other people for support, for your security, for connection, and to actually action. So the announcement is important. So I wrote here faith announces, but I don't want you to be distracted with the word faith. say it trust or believe. If you believe that you will achieve your goal, it is faith in your goal. That you believe that you can achieve. What is it? Let's talk about this. So what's faith in this perspective? What's faith in this perspective? Faith here is ability to see how to achieve your goal. Your goal. How to achieve your goal. Faith. So if you see, it's important, if you see how to achieve your goal, then it's attainable. That's faith. Not being able to see how to achieve your goals is no faith. So if you want to have faith, you need to research and work towards seeing details that are necessary for you to achieve the goals. So announcing your goals can be test to commitment, that you see, you believe that you can achieve it because you see. It doesn't mean that you have ability, you can build up the capabilities you need to achieve your goal. It can be also your task to build those capabilities. So you don't have to have capabilities and believe in yourself that because you are so smart, you are so good, you are so brilliant, you will achieve this goal. But because you see how to achieve it and you are ready to commit to it, to achieve it. So if you are ready to achieve, announcing it will be a bridge that will take you to the from idea world to the action world. So when you say it out loud, you claim it. It doesn't mean that you claim it. There is a nuance. So it doesn't mean that you claim it before you are able to see how it will happen. If you don't have a plan, if you didn't work on action plan, on global plan, on strategy, then most probably it's too early to claim something. Nothing belongs to you. You cannot claim something that doesn't belong to you. What belongs to you is when you worked on a plan. So if you worked on a plan, you can see, then you can claim it because you already have researched and made your due diligence to be able to achieve this goal. So that's when you start announcing. And it means that you made decision that you are moving in this direction. So you tell the world, you tell yourself that you are serious about what you are doing. Before you are announcing your goal, you are in the stage of incubation of your idea. So let's say you have got an idea to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. This idea might be fascinating. You might want it. You might say to someone that, you know what, this is what I want. But you don't claim that, you know what, I'm going to make 1 million subscribers on YouTube unless you have researched, you have seen details, you have seen all obstacles that will come in your way, you have understood what skills do you need to build, you have understood what commitment requires from you, or what price do you have to pay for it. So when you have done this job, you understand what price you have to pay for it, and you are ready to pay this price. It means you are ready to commit. And then after knowing all this information, if you still want to achieve, after knowing everything, and you announce that you are going towards there, then this announcement is going to assist you, is going to help you. Otherwise, you should not announce, just like everyone recommends. Do not talk about your goals. You see, there is a nuance. You don't talk about your goals. You work on your goals so that you can talk on about your goals. So work on your goals so that you can announce it. Okay, next one is, let's talk about the power of announcement. Now I am going to reveal you the secrets that you might not have considered before. What is the power of announcement? So number one, it is psychological effect. It solidifies commitment. It makes your commitment more clear. This is what I want to achieve. This is what I'm going to do. And I have announced it. So there is no turning back because I made it solidified. It's solid already. The mind aligns actions with spoken words. You, with this commitment that you have made, your mind works on solutions. Mind is a solution building machine. It's a machine that is created, designed to find solutions to any problem you will put in front of it. But it only works when you actually have when you have decided what do you want. So this psychological effect is when you are decided and committed, then the mind starts helping you. Your brilliant machine, your mind starts working. Number two is social effect, which creates connection. Once you have announced your goal, it creates connection with other people who are motivated by this goal. It doesn't mean that these people they have the same goal, but your goal motivates them to support you in some way or to be inspired by you. They stick around, so you build a team little by little. So this is what the social effect does. Another thing that is very important is accountability, because once you announce, now people will be waiting for the result. And this is the reason many of us stopped announcing our goals, because we had announced in the past and then we failed. So this accountability felt like torture. But accountability is a tool. It might work for you for good. It might give you some pain because you didn't deliver what you promised. But this is not the goal, to deliver what you promised to other people. That's not the goal. Accountability is not for you to please other people. Accountability is not for you to make other people think about you that you are good and you are reliable and you are this and that. Accountability is your tool for you to achieve the goal, so that the other people who know about your goal, they will be just holding you accountable, reminding you that you have committed to it. It's like accountability, it's like a reminder system. It's a system that helps you to stick to what you have decided. That's what accountability. That's not to please other people or create an impression that you are a genius goal setter and achiever and stuff like that. So this is a social effect. And then there are opportunities for collaboration that will come up thanks to you sharing. So there will be some people who also have the same goal, and they will say, you know what, I am in the same boat with you. Let us go and move together. You might have partners, or you might have just peers who are going through the same problems once you have announced it. Number three is symbolic or energetic effect. So it's like a symbol that helps you to move idea from imagination to reality. So it means that you had it in your mind, you worked on paper on it, you have researched, you have done things to start seeing the goal. But then there is one action that is necessary to be done to take it from research stage to action stage, which means you start bringing it into reality. And this point is when you announce. You say, guys, this is what I'm going to do. It's just like a wedding announcement. It's just like, you announcing that to the public. um, you engage your fiance, and this is the announcement that now you're going to be married to this person. You are not married yet. You are not having responsibility of husband and wife yet, but you have announced to everyone that this is where you are going. That's the difference. So what announcement does, it puts you already in a different position in comparison to position of thinking about it. So making proposal is one step, but announcing to other people is already solidifying your decision. And number 4 is identity based, which is that is related to your self-image. It means that, okay, now when you announced, now you are reshaping yourself to a person that has to align to this goal. Because you have announced, you cannot stay the way you have been before, because every goal requires transformation. So it means that from now on, you are already a different person. It's just like, again, with announcement of the marriage, just like with the engagement. You start getting yourself ready for a different life, for a different responsibility. You become a different person. You reshape yourself. You change. So that means when you announce it, you become it. For instance, I have announced that this channel is destined for 1 million subscribers. That's not because that's a wishful thinking. There is, on Mondays we are sharing the strategy how we are going to do it together. I am going to do it, and you can do it for your own channel as well. This is a very well calculated system, and you can go and check it. But what happens when I announce this, that I'm going to have 1 million subscribers? I transform already to a different person, to a production oriented person. I'm oriented on production of content. So all my mind transforms and reshapes. Let me take a second before we go to the next point and greet some of our viewers. We have Oriomi Jinat joining. Good evening to you, Oriomi. We have someone else. You can always write where you are watching from. Maybe you have some takeaways. Don't forget to write your takeaways. This helps this stream to reach more people. We need more people joining us. You see that we have 127 subscribers, which means that there are 127 people who announced, who have declared that they are inspired by this goal of having 1 million subscribers. That it means they also want to have 1 million subscribers, not because they need the number, but because they want to influence people and change lives of people for better with the wisdom, knowledge, experience that they have, with the empathy that they have from their life experiences. So we have Oriomi is watching us from Wales. UP, very nice. Okay, Greece and Wales connected. Let us go to the next one. And the next one here is the readiness test. So announcement is like a readiness test. Are you ready to commit to this goal? Can you do it? Are you ready to work for it? That's what announcement does. So it doesn't mean you announce to be ready. You have to be ready to announce. So don't mix those things. They are different. So you have to be ready to announce. The ability to announce the goal can be seen as proof of readiness. So we're not talking, there is a nuance again. We're not talking about just declaring, claiming. They like doing this in the churches. I claim, I declare, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Have you done the job? Have you committed? Have you actually decided What steps are you taking? Are you taking those steps? Are you going there? If you are already going there, you are taking those steps, you are diligent, you are committed, then announce it. And if you are not ready to announce that, maybe that it's your goal is still too vague, too your idea is too fragile. Anyone who will argue with you maybe will change your mind. So that means that if you think someone will destroy your idea, maybe you should not share the idea. You know, I had this situation once. I had a friend who is developing in academic environment. So I have consulted this friend about kids book writing. I had an idea of which kids books I want to write. I have already written stories. I already started illustration. I already started animation, and I was like planning how do I release and when do I release. And I just wanted to have, someone to whom I could share this idea. Is that I already been moving in this direction, and I needed someone who would appreciate, maybe support. So I thought maybe she would be the person, but she had her own issues, and her issue was that she was not progressing in book publishing. She was not progressing in becoming an author. So what she said to me, she said, you know what? People without the academic education are not should not be allowed to write books, even for children, she said to me. So what this happened to me, what this has done to me, is that my idea was fragile then. I was investigating the practical part of publishing the book, but I haven't worked on my right to have an author's voice without having the academic background for this. So I was still struggling, most probably. Can I become an author? Can I actually write the books for kids, especially if I don't have children? How people will perceive that I am writing for kids and I don't have experience of having kids. And you know that this discussion with my friend, it has broken my fragile idea on which I've been working by then already half year. So I had already developed characters for my cartoons. I have animated those characters. I had stories. I've written two kids songs. I have I started looking for actors who will voice over my animation. I started training team. So half year of work was just disappeared after sharing my idea to my friend. And I think that the problem was that I was battling this idea of me becoming a kids books author because I didn't have children. Later, after the situation, I have researched and I found out that the most popular author of kids books, which has written the book about this Christmas book that everyone is about this green person. What is the name? I don't remember. Who have stolen the Christmas or something like this. Don't remember. So there are so many books written by this person, and this person never had children. And his books were not only bestsellers, his books shaped the psyche of kids of 70s and 80s. So it became for me a proof that you don't have to have children to write children's books, because you had been a child yourself. I had been a child. I remember which books I liked. I remember which books I didn't like, what helped me, what didn't help. So I remember until now those books that I liked. Until now I remember books that shaped my view of myself. Until now, I remember those books. I remember those pictures. I remember everything. So being a child myself gives me the right to have this voice. And this work, it had to be done before I have shared this idea. I didn't know about this. Sometimes we can share the idea and we don't know that it's fragile. I didn't know it was fragile, but there was unreadiness. And that's why I'm saying there is a readiness. Ability to announce is not just going and saying. For you to announce, you have to just to know, to understand, is your idea fragile? Maybe you need to know to whom to share, because me sharing with my friend made me lose my friend, because we are not keeping connection anymore. Because of this situation, we are not keeping connection. I cannot keep connection with the person who have stripped me of my dreams, and I've lost this connection because I've shared this idea. Of course, I could go back and rebuild relationship, but there is no point, because anytime I'll share idea, I will have this. And at the same time, I have learned a lot from this situation, and that's what I'm sharing with you. So readiness test is it means that you need to know what stops you. And that's why most probably we discussed about in the beginning of this stream, what stops you from sharing your goal. So you could see that sharing your goal gives you minimum four different pros. Yeah, it gives you like psychological, societal, symbolic, energetic, and identity based power. But at the same time, it can, if it's fragile, it can destroy uh, your desire to work on it. And what happened with me after, you know, finding the voice? Actually, I have returned to book writing for kids, not with the same time alignment, because I have different projects. But eventually I've returned, and I know that this project will be alive, it will work, it will be okay. But there was like a 2 years setup, 2 years setback because of this situation. Yeah. So readiness test is important. Speaking out loud means it's concrete enough to commit to it. So you test yourself for readiness, and there are things that you need to consider, which is it fragile yet? Did you do the proper research? Did you find what will stop you? Are you sure you're ready to commit? Are you ready to commit? And now, announcing, as I said, is a bridge between the inner and outer world. What's going on inside goes out and becomes reality. So you are taken from the spiritual world, ideas that you have, and you bring them into physical world. You make them real. You need announcement for this. This is a bridge. You need to announce. You know, if you are a Christian, you might remember that Jesus was announcing what he is called to do, what was his mission when he started his mission. And people were furious about him announcing it. They were saying, who do he think he is? And he actually have been crucified for announcing his mission. But because of planning his life mission beyond his life, he has achieved it even after his lifetime. So announcing is important, and you can see that even at the price of his own life, Jesus has announced. So that's very important announcement. But at the same time, it can be painful, because you might not have support. People who you trusted might stop supporting you because they will think you got crazy. Maybe it will happen like this, who knows. So it's announcing is the act that transfers a goal from thought to tangible existence, activating energy, focus, and alignment. But this is not a miracle. Let me write. It's not a miracle. It's not a miracle. It's not announcement like claiming what they do, like Christians they like to do. No, announcing is not seeking for a shortcut. It's not seeking for a shortcut. That's not a shortcut. It means that you have done your due diligence. This month we are talking about excellence. We started last week. Excellence, it means that you are detail oriented. You dig deep into the topic to understand it fully. So you prepare yourself to start, to commit, and you can announce then. So that's why I've chosen this topic for today, because it's about excellence. And this is the phrase I want you to remember, and we're at the end of our stream. I want you to write your takeaways, and I want you to remember that silence protects your ego. What we spoke about in the beginning, that you might be just proud of you being a person that is not sharing your goals, so that you don't say hope before you jump. But you see that it's important to share. So it's important to announce, otherwise you might not achieve your goal. It's just that you need to have a balance and know when to announce. And speaking your goals, it builds your self-belief. So when you talk about your goal, more details open about your goal, you might have collaborators, you might have supporters, you also might have people who will try to destroy your idea, destroy your goal. Just if it's too fragile, you might have this one. So the one which is silence, yeah, keeps you safe. It's safe. You are not going to share with anyone. No one is going to hurt you. But at the same time, the other, which is speaking your goals, helps you grow. What do you choose? So let me see what people are writing here. We have Oriyomi is writing, announcing is not a shortcut. Very good takeaway. Announcing is not a shortcut. It doesn't make miracles. It doesn't make you closer to your goal just because you announce it. It just makes people know, and they will divide into friends and foes. Announcing the goal is like dividing your surrounding into friends and foes. Someone will become will start assisting you, he will join you in this goal, and someone will say you got mad, you are crazy, you have to get back to your senses, because they know you are not the type of person to pursue this goal. So choose your timing wisely. And Oriyomi is writing, to speak your goal is preferable. Very good. This is very mature, let's say, the decision. It's very mature. So because the silence, it protects you, it keeps you safe, and speaking your goal builds your self-belief and helps you grow. Thank you for being here with me. Share this stream, please. Invite people, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, you are not able to write comments because it's only for subscribers. And I will see you tomorrow for our live planning. Tomorrow is a program that is designed to help you strategize your life. So I'll see you tomorrow.